Today we're going to compile and run an exploit called ThinkPwn using the UEFI Dev Kit 2. With ThinkPwn, we're going to be looking for vulnerabilities associated with certain BIOS versions prevalent in Lenovo ThinkPads. These vulnerabilities have been around since 2014, and other manufacturers like HP, Dell, and Fujitsu laptops, as well as certain gigabyte motherboards, have been reported to be vulnerable to this exploit. The exploit package was made available by Crash on Github the first week of July 2016, so we need more people to download and run it to find out what other manufacturers' laptops, motherboards, etc. may be vulnerable. Okay, so let's talk about my environment. I'm running a Windows 7 64-bit virtual machine in Vmware. I've downloaded a number of tools, the EDK2, baseline tools, a UEFI shell bootable USB image, the ThinkPwn exploit. I've downloaded and done a full install on Visual Studio 2008, which was recommended in the ThinkPwn, or by the ThinkPwn author. You might have to get this one from a P2P network. A Windows 32 disk imager, NASM, which I had to change the install directory to the root of C for VS8 to recognize it. Also installed Power ISO and Python with default settings, and finally Tortoise SVN. I did enable the command line client tools in that install, but I'll provide links to those resources in the video's description, as well as some more information about them. So I have my C drive open up here on the right, and first we're going to get started by creating the EDK2 directory structure. And in the C drive, we're going to create a new folder called EFI, and in that, another folder called test. Now we're going to take our unzipped ThinkPwn directory and drop it into the EDK2 directory, and copy over EDK2 and baseline tools to the test folder we just created. Okay, now we're going to open up Visual Studio 2008 command prompt. We're going to start Visual Studio 2008, Studio Tools, and the command prompt. Alright, we're going to CD into the EDK2 directory. And we're going to set the variable EDK tools bin. And that's going to equal our base tools directory. And then we're going to run the EDK2 setup.bat tac pull command. Alright, once that finishes, we are going to go into the EDK2 directory, app package, and we're going to right click on app package.dsc. I'm editing this in Notepad. So we're going to scroll down to components, and at the end of the components section, we're going to add the directory ThinkPwn /ThinkPwn .inf. Okay, we're going to save that. Now we're going to switch to our target file in EDK2, conf. We're going to open up target. We're going to switch our active platform to the file we just edited. And we're also going to change our target architecture to x64. Save it. Now we also have to jump into our tools def and change the path that VS 2008 is going to be looking for. In our case, it's going to be in the x86 directory. So we're going to have to add that to the file path. Save. Now in VS 2008 command prompt, we're going to cd to the ThinkPwn directory, and we're going to issue the build command. And I'm going to let this build. I'm going to pause it and start the video up again when it's finished. It takes a couple minutes. Alrighty, that finished. So now what we're going to do is go into the EDK2, build, app package, debug my tools, x64, ThinkPwn, output, and this is our ThinkPwn.efi file that we want to include in a UEFI shell. So what we're going to do is add this file to the REFine flash drive image here. We're going to do that with power ISO. Okay, we're going to open the USB boot image. And I'm going to add ThinkPwn to this image. ThinkPwn. Output. ThinkPwn.efi. Okay, I'm going to save. And then exit out of here. Now what we're going to do is plug in a USB drive, and we're going to open up Win32. Just going to do that in downloads. Alrighty, now we're gonna take that ISO or that .image file, and we're gonna write it to our USB drive. And that's it. Now we have a bootable UEFI shell with the ThinkPwn exploit on it. Now we're gonna plug it into a machine and show you how you should run it. Alright, so unfortunately I don't have a ThinkPad to test this exploit out on. I did want to show it to you on this Latitude E6540. It's going to fail, but it'll give you an idea of something that you may see as well. I have tested this successfully on E6430. I'll include a screenshot of that in this video. But the first thing we're going to do is turn on the computer, and we're going to keep hitting F12 to run the one-time boot menu. Now we're going to select our UEFI boot SanDisk USB, and we're going to click enter to start the EFI shell. So we have our shell. We're going to type fs0 : to access the file system. ls, we can see our thinkpwn.efi file. We're just going to run that command, and it's going to tell us this exploit fails. So you may see something similar. It may say you're not able to access the SMM protocol. It may say nothing. So try this out on as many different laptops, motherboards, etc. that you can, and report back to let us know if you find any vulnerabilities. Thanks for watching.